What's up, guys? It is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and welcome to my review of Bleach, Chapter 521. It seems this week we got an early present, and looks like we got another great chapter of Bleach, one that is building things up quite a bit and revealing a little bit more of the fascinations of Soul Society. In particular, this week we get to see that Renji and Ichigo get to kick back a little bit and have one hell of a meal. But that's all before they're all falling out of the sky when they get saved by Kon, who happens to be stowing away with Ichigo. And hilariously enough, before they hit the ground, he goes into his super buff self to take the blunt of the attack. Eventually, Ichigo and Renji meet up with Kiryu Hikifune, who is that one big lady from Zero Division, and she makes him this incredibly huge meal, which maybe there's something behind it, maybe not. All I know is these guys are hungry and they start eating, and there's a lot of really huge funny panels of them eating, and it's just really, really funny, and they have like a contest to see who can eat the most. In the middle of the meal, a fine-looking lady appears, and she appears to know Renji and Ichigo very well, but they have no idea who this is. And believe it or not, it actually is Kiryu. And she goes on to explain that when she does her cooking techniques and when she's cooking for people, she has to build up her Reiatsu, hence why she has that very big appearance. The problem is, when she does this, she loses it all and she sheds all of her weight almost immediately. We then get a little bit more information about why Zero Division is so special. We get to learn that all of them are very important to the Soul King because they each created something very important for Soul Society. Before we had Korenji, who had the hot tub springs. Now we have Kiryu, and she goes on to explain that she created the artificial souls, which are very important to the story and were definitely central in the very first arc in Bleach. And you can see that Kon is definitely paying a lot of attention to this because it makes sense being what he is. She goes on to explain that the food is kind of in a similar manner. She has enhanced it with Reiatsu, and she says, if you guys can feel this, this means the part of your training is complete. And they can definitely tell they have this brand new power. You can kind of see it emanating from them. The meal is done, they go off to the next training. However, they're giving a swift warning from Kiryu herself to be warned because in the next place they're going to be dealing with Nimaya Oetsu. And he's one of the Zero Division members we have seen very little of at all. And apparently, he created the Zanpakuto. Again, this was another fantastic chapter of Bleach. I love getting to learn little bits and pieces about Soul Society from the Zero Division as we go on. Kiryu being able to transform into the slimmer version, it's not the first time we've seen a character like that in some of these series, but I do think it's pretty interesting how she explained it. The biggest part of this chapter, however, is when she goes on to explain that each member of Zero Division created something very important for Soul Society. And she created the artificial souls, and just the mention that this brand new character at the end created the Zanpakuto is going to be amazing. So you know this guy's probably going to be some sort of crazy sword master. But I can't wait to see what this guy's capable of, because considering he birthed the Zanpakuto, I can't wait to see what that's going to bring to the table. Obviously, he's probably going to be one hell of a swordsman. I really enjoyed this chapter. It had a lot of great laughs, in particular from Renji and Ichigo's little eating contest. I thought Kon was hilarious. I think it's really funny, too, that he infiltrated the palace of the Soul King. Like, it's just no big deal. I can't wait to see what happens when they figure out that he's there. And the promise that we get to see this guy who literally created the Zanpakuto next week, I think is going to be really, really cool. So, I'm going to give this chapter a 10 out of 10. I got really excited reading it, you know. The more we learn about the Zero Division members and how they're connected to Soul Society, the more I'm starting to enjoy this. So, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So, 10 out of 10. Check it out, guys. So, guys, how did you feel about this week's chapter of Bleach? You can let me know with your comments below. And remember, guys, as always, if you like this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. It really helps these videos out a lot. That concludes this review today. SuperKamiGuru9000. Out.